Well, meet our next star attraction, the common, ordinary, everyday pencil. Marla Hollers of Lincoln, Nebraska wrote asking to see how a lead pencil is made, how they get the lead inside. Well, Marla, for your answer, we went to the Wallace Pencil Company in St. Louis, Missouri. You might say that the making of our pencil actually started 500 years ago, the time it took this tree to grow. The incense cedar from the Cascades and Sierras of the West. Enough wood right here to make an awful lot of pencils. The wood comes from the western mills in the form of thin slats. They're first stained and impregnated with oil to make them easy to cut in the machines and in your pencil sharpener. Each slat is the length of the pencil, but only half as thick. And let's find out why. Here the slats go into the grooving machine. Now, this is the first step in making what we'll call pencil sandwiches. The slats are the bread, and the leads will be the filling that goes in between. The machine cuts 8 tiny grooves the length of the slat. The grooves are to hold the strips of lead. The thickness of the leads and the width of the grooves must not vary more than 1/1000th of an inch. This machine will do a double job, and you'll see why speed is important. The slats move over pots of synthetic glue, and on their underside, a clever mechanism fills each tiny groove with glue. They move swiftly onto the wheel, which turns them over. The groove's now on the upper side. Before the glue has a chance to dry, the slats move under a hopper filled with strips of lead. Actually, they're not lead at all, but a mixture of graphite and clay. The strips have been expertly dropped into the 8 grooves. Along another line come more slats, one slide completely coated with glue. And we'll see why the sandwich completed. The 2 lines come together. One slat is glued to the other, and that, Marla, is how they get the lead inside the pencils. The lead sandwiches are immediately put into clamps, and under 250 pounds of pressure, the excess glue will be squeezed out and the slats sealed firmly together. The excess glue is washed from the outside, and then they're dried under heat overnight. Into another hopper now as they're ready for the milling machine. Wide slats, each the thickness of the pencil, with 8 strips of lead inside. They move over a whirling cutter, which shapes one side. There we see it half cut away as the hexagonal pencil begins to take shape. 8 leads for 8 pencils. The slats drop down, go back under the machine, and it carves out the other side. And out come the raw pencils, still without paint, tips, or erasers. These bundles go next to the painting machine, and once there, I think you're in for a surprise. Raw pencils go into the painting machine hopper, and this is quite a trick. They're not dipped into the paint, as we might imagine. Automatically, they're pushed through the paint pots and out the other side, 2 at a time, dropping onto a belt that is curved so that only the tips of the wet pencils touch it. The slots are shaped exactly to the size of the pencil, so just the right amount of paint goes on. The belt circles back to the paint pots. A good pencil gets 6 or 7 coats, gives them a gloss, keeps them from chipping. The metal caps go on next, and watch this intricate machine. 4 operations, one quickly after the other. First, the device presses the pencil tip to just the right size to hold the metal caps, and on they go. Filmed in slow motion here, it happens much faster. With its brand new cap, the pencil moves on to get the eraser. Eraser inside the cap, and the metal cap is clamped to hold the eraser firmly in place. It took only a few seconds. Each one must pass inspection. The pencils we've seen made are the most common type, yellow and hexagonal. But there are more than 350 types of lead pencils made in America, every size, shape, and color for every need. Enough made every year to provide more than 8 pencils for every man, woman, and child. Into the hopper now for stamping, and this is where the brand name goes on. Pencils drop automatically into the stamper. A roll of inked foil paper serves like a typewriter ribbon. The actual printing went on somewhere inside the machine, but let's see the result. Well, there you are, Marla. A special stamp in honor of our visit. So next time you use a lead pencil, you'll know just how it's made. You asked for it.